This is the continuation of our last video. Please, if you have not watched that video, please endeavor to watch that video and before watching this very one here. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Star by Blaze. If you are just coming across this channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Please help me to grow the channel by clicking on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you get to see this video. So let's get right into the class. So this is my fabric. I folded it into two like this. So I want to cut out the front upper parts. So like I said before, we've already drafted the pattern before in our last class. So this is the continuation, which is the part 2 of it. So you see I placed the pattern paper on top of my fabric this way. So I ensure that the center front meeting the center front of the pattern. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm just trying to measure where the cowl effects, how deep I want my cowl effects to be. So before I we go ahead to measure, I'm going to pin down my fabric and the pattern so that I can able to measure my measurements in an accurate way. So this is me just trying to pin down my pattern with my fabric together. So I go ahead to measure the length and how deep I want mine to be. If you want yours to be that deep, please you can go ahead to make use of 10 inches, 11 inches if you want it so deep. So for like me, I wanted mine not that deep, okay? I just wanted mine not that deep. So I later used 10 inches for the length, but I later reduced it because after everything, I thought it was too deep. So I have to cut out so that it will be kind of, it will come up a little bit. But if you want yours to be deep, just maintain the 10 inches, okay? So, or you can use 9 inches, okay? So for like this very one here, I use 10 inches. Okay, you can see I used 10 inches, but I later reduced it because I thought it's too deep. So if you want yours to be deep, you can go ahead to maintain the 10 inches, right? So that is that, guys. So the next step we are going to take now is just to rule this part here. So I'm just trying to pin this part, okay? Because if I did not pin it, it will be very it will be shifting here and there, so I don't want that, okay? So I'm taking my measurement. You can see I have 10 inches, but if you don't want yours to deep, you can use 7 inches, you can use 8 inches, but if you want yours to deep, you can use 10 inches, 11 inches, right? So you can see I'm just ruling out this line as a guide. So I cut it out, like I followed my pattern for the armhole. So for this neck part here, I'm just going to use my ruler to just, you can rule it like this if you want, but I decided to do mine like this, okay? I decided to do mine like this. Just rule from the shoulder. I just go ahead to rule it this way, okay? So I'm just going to cut it according to the line we draw. So after cutting, that is that. So I folded my fabric again to cut out the back, okay? So after folding my fabric into two, so I place my back pattern on top of the fabric, and I will as well go ahead to pin it down so that it can stay in a place I always work with a pin because a pin is like a lifesaver. I don't know if you understand. It make your work fast and it make your work neat as well. So just work with a pin so that you will have a neat job, okay, and a clean job. So this is me just trying to pin my pattern with my fabric together. So that is that. So after pinning, so I'm just going to pin this part here. So guys, after pinning, I'm just going to rule out the allowance I need, okay? Because we need to add some allowance. So you can see I added half an inch on this side here for my stitching allowance. So I'm just going to mark it like so, half an inch. But if you are not sure of your, you can use your tape to mark your half an inch, okay? So I'm just using my hand to know where my half an inch is to mark. But if you are not that sure of this pattern, just use your tape to mark your half an inch all around like so. Then just go ahead to cut it out like this, okay? Cut it out like this and follow your. But for the neck part, I did not add allowance to it. For the shoulder, I did not add allowance to it, okay? And for the armhole, I did not add allowance to it. So I'm just tracing out my pattern on my fabric. And for the side, we've already added our seam allowance to our pattern paper before transferring it to our fabric. So for this part, I added half an inch to it, okay? You can see the half an inch there. And for this other part here, the zipper allowance, I did not add a seam allowance, okay, because it's an a zipper allowance. We've already add allowance to it already. So I'm just going to follow my shape like this, and that is it, guys. For the down part as well, I'm just going to cut it accordingly to the pattern like this, okay? Just go ahead to cut it like so. So guys, after cutting, these are the fabric we have. This is the back, okay? Here's the front and the down part as well. So these are the fabric we need for this gown. So first thing, we are going to cut out a lining, which is the facing for the upper part. So you can see for the front, I've already cut out my facing for the front, and for the back as well, I also cut out my facing for the back. So what we are going to do now is to open up the fabric like this, which is the front fabric like this. Ignore how the armhole looks like, just ignore how it looks like. Later on it will come back to shape, okay? So I'm just trying to look for the right side. Then I place the facing right side. Then I'm just going to follow the shape, like I'm taking it on my sewing machine, and I'm just going to sew the armhole and leave this shoulder. Don't sew on this shoulder part, okay? Just your armhole and this part here, okay? So leave the shoulder part and sew the other armhole part because it does not have slit the sleeve. So for this back, so I place the facing on top of the main fabric. Just follow your shape like so, follow it and sew. So guys, I've finished sewing this upper part. Then I'm just going to cut out the excess. You can see the upper part is not balanced, which is they are not equal. So I'm just going to cut it as in reshaping it, okay? Hope you understand. I'm just going to shape it and leave about half an inch, okay, like so. So this is me just trying to cut it out like this. So that is that, guys. You can see I'm just trying to cut it out. So that is that. So guys, this is it. I've already done that and I've give it a good press. I did not have a steam iron. I just pour water, I sprinkle water into, and I ironed it. So this is the back, guys. I did the same thing to the back, and I ironed it as well. You can see how beautiful it comes out. So this is the other side of the back. Okay. So the next step, I'm trying to look for the right side. That is why I exchange it. So the next step we are going to do now is to join our shoulder. This is how the back will look like, guys. So this next step we are going to do now is to join the shoulder. So just bring the shoulder and correspond it with the other shoulder. Okay, correspond with the other shoulder and try to make it equal. Okay, and so do the same thing to this other side, just sew it like so. So guys, you can see I've stitched it, and this is how it is after stitching. So this is the other part. I stitched this also. So the next step is to bring the down part and face the right side, meet it with the right side of the down part and the front part. Okay, remember we've already closed our dart at the pattern, so just go ahead to match it and sew. Okay, and do the same thing to the back as well. Just match it and stitch it with half an inch. So guys, this is how it looks like after stitching, and I've went ahead to hem the down part. So this is the back. I did the same thing to the back, and I hold my zipper allowance of 2 inches, and I've went ahead to fold the down part as well, so you can see how it is. So the next step now is this zipper. I use my 2 inches to hold it. So the next step is to bring the back and the front together like this. So, and use your 1.5 inches allowance to stitch. Please note that is what you add as your seam allowance that you will use to close it. If you use 1 inches for your seam allowance, use 1 inches to close as well. So that is it. So guys, I've went ahead to close my with my 1.5 inches seam allowance, and this is the cow effect looking pretty. So, and I've went ahead to do the back as well, put my zipper, and for this part just buy your hook and use your hand needle to attack the hook on it. And that is that, guys. If you find this video helpful, please just give this video a huge thumbs up, and if you are yet to subscribe, please hit on the subscribe button for a detailed and a a fine video like this. So this is my slit, guys. Please do well to share this video for others to learn. Okay, so this is it. Let me just put it on and see how it is on me. And this is how it looks on me. So guys, if you find this video helpful, hit on the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video for others to learn. Please comment anything. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, to see you in my next one.